During 2022, during the summer, I had been complaining about arm pain for the majority of the summer. And then eventually I went to this summer camp for a week. And around that time, I had lost, I couldn't move my arm. I lost mobility in it.
When Sophie came home from summer camp, I thought, I better get her into the doctor. He brought me into a room where the x-ray was up and he was pointing it to me. He said, I can't say for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's a cancerous tumor.
So my tumor had invaded pretty much my entire humerus, except the last part. I had 3 months of chemo, then a surgery that removed the entire upper half of my arm and the muscle and replaced it with a prosthetic, and then I had 6 more months of chemo.
I finally started to process everything when she had her limb salvage surgery, and Dr. Greenberg pulled us into a room and he told us, my job is to save her arm. It was, this is really life or death for her in this moment, and he's going to do everything he can to make it better for her.
Losing mobility in my arm, I'd say that for me was probably the hardest. Because I was a goalie in soccer, I was a volleyball player, and I don't get to play in high school because if I do, I could lose my arm.
The Costas Center is a place where we would come every Friday once Sophie got diagnosed. And it was really, truly the heart of where we started making the relationships with the nurses.
I can name almost all of them off the top of my head, and at least 5 stories with them. They would help me so much in tiny things that you don't think of, but in cancer, it's all about the tiny things.
It really was a true safe spot and a home away from home for us.
So part of my job as a child life specialist is to help families celebrate milestones. And a big milestone we celebrate is a last chemo or an end of treatment. Sophie was so unique because I had heard that she wanted to do a tumor funeral from one of the nurses. And I loved the idea right away. We had never done anything that creative.
And previously with a nurse, actually, I had named my tumor Jeffrey, and I made a coffin for him. I got at least 30 people in black veils, and the room was very crowded. I gave a speech. I just think that it was kind of good for me to put Jeffrey to rest like that.
And that's a testament to Sophie and the relationship that she made with them and the bonds that you make. They're angels to us.
It's just so palpable the second you step through our doors how Cardinal Glennon is a unique, special place for families.
They see you in your worst time when you cannot care for yourself, and you have to be devoted, you have to love what you do, and you have to care about patient care.
They were devoted to me by being human beings to me, and they had to be a teacher or a sibling or a therapist or your doctor. Any and every way you think of, there was someone there. I have so much respect for them and so much gratitude towards them because of how much they helped me.